Welcome, seekers of motivation. Today, we delve into a quote that has the power to transform your perspective. The only limits that exist are the ones you place on yourself. This powerful utterance, a beacon of self-empowerment, has been a guiding light for many on their journey to self-realization. The author of this quote is unknown, yet its wisdom is universal. It speaks to the boundless potential within each of us. It's an invitation to challenge our self-imposed constraints and step beyond the borders of our comfort zones. It's a call to action, to unlock the untapped power within us. In this video, we will explore this quote in depth. We will unravel its layers, understand its essence, and discover how it can be applied to our lives. We will learn how to dismantle the barriers we've erected around ourselves and embrace the limitless potential within. So, who is ready to break some barriers and push some boundaries? Stay tuned. Now let's dissect this quote. The only limits that exist are the ones you place on yourself. The first part, the only limits, suggests exclusivity. It implies that the only barriers that really matter are not those set by society, by your circumstances, or by other people. It's not about the challenges that the world throws at you. It's about the ones you see for yourself. It's about the limits that you acknowledge and accept within your own mind and heart. Moving on to that exist, we encounter a powerful assertion. The quote doesn't say the only limits that may exist, or the only limits that could exist. It says that exist, a definite, unquestionable statement. This implies that these self-imposed limits are real. They're not hypothetical or imaginary. They're as tangible as the air we breathe or the ground beneath our feet. They exist, and they have a profound impact on our lives. Finally, we come to are the ones you place on yourself. This part of the quote speaks to the source of these limitations. It's not just that they exist, but that we are the architects of our own limitations. We construct them, brick by brick, with our fears, our doubts, our insecurities, and our misconceptions. And because we are the ones who create these barriers, we also hold the power to tear them down, to transcend them, and to free ourselves from their constraints. But why do we impose these limits on ourselves? Often it's because of fear. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown. These fears can paralyze us, keep us stuck in our comfort zones, and prevent us from reaching our full potential. We may also impose limits on ourselves because of past experiences or negative beliefs about our abilities or worth. So you see, the only true constraints in life are the ones we create. Our perceptions shape our reality. If we believe we are limited, then we become limited. But if we believe we are limitless, then the possibilities become endless. It's all about mindset and perspective. It's about believing in oneself and one's potential. Because at the end of the day, the only limits that exist are the ones you place on yourself. But how does this quote apply to our everyday lives? Let's paint a picture. Imagine a young man who dreamt of becoming a renowned pianist. He had the talent, but he was born into a family that couldn't afford a piano. His circumstances seemed to limit him, right? But instead of accepting this as his fate, he chose to see beyond the apparent limitations. He played on imaginary keyboards, practiced on friends' pianos, and even worked odd jobs to save up for his own. His self-imposed limitations could have held him back, but he chose to push past them. Or think of a woman who aspired to be a CEO but was repeatedly told that it was a man's role. Instead of succumbing to societal expectations, she chose to break the glass ceiling, proving that gender is not a limitation unless you allow it to be. In both scenarios, the individuals didn't allow their self-imposed limitations to define their destinies. Therefore, the power to overcome limitations lies within you. In conclusion, the only limits that exist are the ones you place on yourself. What a powerful statement that is. We've explored its essence and significance throughout this video, shedding light on how our own beliefs and fears can often become our biggest hurdles. We've dissected the notion, illustrating its relevance in our lives, from our personal aspirations to our professional endeavors. We've also seen how this quote applies to real-life scenarios. How many times have we held ourselves back, doubting our capabilities, when in reality the only thing standing in our way was our own self-imposed limitations? This journey of understanding and introspection is one we should all embark on. It's time to question, to challenge, to break through those barriers we've set for ourselves. Ponder on this, friends. What self-imposed limits are holding you back? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And remember, if you found this video insightful, do like, share and subscribe to our channel. Until next time, keep pushing your limits, because the only limits that exist are the ones you place on yourself.